Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than meta. So today I'm actually going to talk about a new meta play that's getting used. I think it's in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook, but a lot of people have been spamming this play online. I play a lot of regs, so I can run into a lot of custom books. So when you run into a play like this, you got to have defense, because this basically breaks the defensive defense on the game. And I found a lockdown defense will basically shut this down and give you some easy sacks, interceptions, whatnot, because it just basically locks it down and is very easy to set up. Just two adjustments, maybe three if you want to, but for the most part it's very easy to set up. So I want to talk about this motion double pass of the Buccaneers playbook. It is the new meta play that they threw into the scheme, and problem with this particular play is that it breaks defenses. So if you like to play a lot of cover 3 in this game, you're going to watch how ugly this gets. What happens is you got this double pass to the outside, and you can get lob streaked over the middle of the field. And what happens is your defender that's supposed to play that deep third comes down and bites that pass to the outside to the wide receiver, which the receiver, because he catches it beyond below the quarterback, essentially does that. So I tested out in cover 2, and essentially the cover 2 coverage, that deep halves don't play like they're supposed to. You're going to see a couple series right here where you got that little underneath route, but you could take a look. This guy was wide open, and there's no defender above him. So even though the CPU didn't make the right read, when you're running against someone that's run this play a half a dozen times, several times online, they're going to dot you right up, right over the top if you jump into cover 2 like this play right here. So cover 2 does not stop this at all. Go ahead and jump into cover 4 quarters. Similar situation, basically sliding my line over. I'm trying to defend against this play in the middle of the field. You got people that run the RPOs and stuff like that, and it can be very difficult, but you can see, once again, that guy was wide open. The CPU didn't see it correctly, but when you run against an opponent online, they're going to go ahead and pop that guy over the top. So just go ahead and show this to you one more time. So even if you're in a lab, your opponent's going to go ahead and see this correctly. You have to make sure that you have sound defense. So back at it again. The guy actually comes out, and then you can see nobody over the top. Defender was just completely out of position. You give a easy touchdown. So this is what you need to do. You need to have some type of a defense to stop it. I tested one other variation defense, basically going out with like an all-out blitz, 6-man blitz, knowing that he's going to be sending out 5 wide receivers with this scheme, getting people out of position. And once again, same situation. Defenders are out of position because of the way the play action is. So all those little crossing routes, you're going to have to manually defend that. And if you do some heavy pressure, it's not necessarily going to go ahead and take care of your problem. So you're going to have a particular defense is going to stop this. And let me go ahead and jump into that now after I show you how this destroys man coverages. You can get over the top. You can see how that guy was wide open. See how this guy was positioned wide open? You're still going to give up that big play, and you don't want to be using over the middle, over the top either, because that basically takes your defender out of the middle. So I started playing around with different plays, and the play I found in this penny defense is this play right here, which is going to be the corner blitz 2. And we're going to I'm going to make 2 quick adjustments on that corner blitz 2. Or you can use this play, which is going to be the corner blitz 3, and you can basically have 2 quick adjustments to lock up that over the throw pass with this. So the primary thing what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and man align the motion, or the wide receiver that kind of does that fade. We're going to man align it on this corner right here. He doesn't have any kind of responsibility. His job is to go down and blitz the defensive back. So I've got a bunch of coverage that's going to come over on this. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and man align a defender on the motion wide receiver. This is going to go ahead and collect, get that get that ball on the pass. So we're going to man up this guy right here. So that's going to be defensive guy that does this. Now this defense is not the perfect one, but I just want to show you in theory and how this works. My responsibility is to basically use this guy, bring him down in the box to try to stop this, because I'm going to have guys flowing off to the right side of the field. So here's your setup. Got this guy man aligned, this guy man aligned. I'm going to go ahead and just user this guy over the middle of the field, and I'm going to kind of carry with anything that crosses the middle of the field. So watch how this really sets this up. Set this up really quick. Shifting my line over to try to defend against the run. You can see how this guy kind of pulls in But look what happens when the ball gets snapped and goes passed out to him. He immediately starts attacking this wide receiver that catch for the double pass. But look at the coverage right here. These two guys are over bracketing my one dude over the middle of the field. So that deep pass that a lot of people like to go to are not available. Problem though is that we've got this route right here that's kind of open, and this route is kind of open too. So if he has enough time, he can basically go and get those throws off. So we want to try to cloud that up. But I want to show you that from a soundness of this defense, we're protecting against that lob streak, which everybody's looking for. That's a one-play touchdown that if someone's doesn't have the proper defense against this play, it's going to give up that one-play touchdown. Now you're probably going to play online. You're going to run into somebody that runs this. You're going to give a cheap touchdown, but you need to have a defense to stop this. You can't give up 2 or 3. One is okay, you caught me, but you can't give up 2 or 3. You're going to have some type of a defense. And this simple adjustment using a corner blitz defense, manning up this outside defender on the point person, and then cross manning this defender on this guy right here is going to get a defender that's going to come down and attack that pass guy. So you can see the guy motions off and then comes over. I don't like that motion off, so I'm gonna show you even better defense is gonna basically lock this up. So I didn't like that motion over where the guy gets out of position, but I saw here in the 1-4 or the 2-3. This is a dollar defense. A lot of people, most players have this. There's a play. It's called strong corner 2 fire, which is kind of works off the Okie roll look, and this play is money for this particular scheme. It's going to really work well for you. So let's just go ahead and show this to you how this works. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to cross-man the same guys over again, but the only difference is that we have a defensive back that's out here on the line, and he's going to be cross-manned on this guy right here. Now what's cool about this defense is look what happens when the motion happens. Watch what happens when the motion happens. The defender that's over that wide receiver is not going to move at all. He's going to stay on the outside. So that's why I like this particular play when we set this up. So watch how it sets up. Also, I've got myself a soft squat out here that's going to kind of play this outside, and I've got vert hooks they're going to kind of carry too. My responsibility is to kind of play over the middle of the field and just kind of carry over the left, but I've got protection over the top because these two guys are kind of manned up over the top. The only area that I'd have to look for any guy going over the top is going to be this guy right here, and I think with the hook zone he actually might match with it too based on the zone assignment. So let's just go ahead and pull my guy down in the box. Watch what happens. Now look, this guy's staying still. He's not moving. Now watch what happens when the ball is snapped and the ball gets thrown out. Wow, he gets past his blocker right here. He is attacking that wide receiver. I've got a guy that's flooding up into this zone. I've got this guy down here, so I can really be aggressive if I wanted to. I can go down the sideline and do this, and I've also got coverage over the top, so he's not going to have a naked coverage and really attack. So this is why I like this setup better than the other corner blitz setup. This guy actually just gets into coverage a little bit better. So once again, I'm going to set this up. This is really easy to set up. It's like your 2 quick manual adjustments. You just have to have the muscle memory down to make sure you got the point person and this guy right here. But you can have that defense set up fairly quickly and get down in the box. And he has to do this motion play, so it's going to even give you more time to set it up. But look how this guy just comes down and attacks. He doesn't know where to go with the ball. He can do the crossing route. I can come down and attack this route because these guys are basically falling into the zone, and I've got over-the-top coverage with that corner defender that's on a corner blitz. He doesn't fall for any kind of a pass responsibility, for that run responsibility. Immediately falls back into coverage. So I don't like pressing my guys. I like to leave this as a blitz. It looks like a pretty heavy box. One other thing you can do too is, say for instance a person kind of streaks up somebody or puts a post over the top, you could drop this guy and put him into deep zone to stop this play. So in other words, if he does any kind of funny stuff on the backside, you can actually drop a zone in the middle of the field, or maybe a mid read in the middle of the field to try to stop this out. So you can see how that guy just gets in the field, basically shuts this down completely. It's just this is probably the best defense where it takes away my responsibilities to actually mush rush this, or actually go ahead and take away the over the top, and it pretty much locks up everything underneath too. So guys, if you like these type of tips, let me know. know, hit the button down there. Let me know what you guys use against any kind of these glitch plays, and if there's any kind of glitch plays that you guys say, hey, I need some help with, or I got a guy that's running this against me, just put it down in the notes, and I might inquire and maybe go ahead and do some lab sessions to lock this up, because personally, I like to go ahead and take away, plays. It's like it's always good to have a good defensive scheme to go ahead and stop your opponents. So once again, guys, thanks for support.